Hey guys, today I'm doing a review and a modification show of what I did on my Journey SS10 or 10SS fishing kayak. A buddy of mine picked up two of these things the other day at Tractor Supply and got a hell of a deal on them. I ran it with just its stock upgrades, the pole holder and the other goodies, the foot pegs and everything, and it seemed to work really. It worked really well. I was very impressed. I was able to move around in it and grab things out of the back really easily without any issue or feeling of tipping over or anything. So let's get to it. I'll show you what I got that I've done in the last 3 days really, and what's going to work for me hopefully. So here's what I got. Let's start at the bow here. Everyone knows the stock stuff if you've already looked at these things, so I'm just going to go ahead with what I've done. I put my anchor holder here just in case I flip over when I'm not using it. It's sitting up there. I've done the drain plug deals here. Even after you buy those and modify them to fit, they still don't work really, so I glued mine in with epoxy. I'm light, so I don't really need those, and I'll bail water out if I have to. I don't think it's going to sink. It's a air box. So I've put my my leader line for my anchor here on the inside, so it's out of my way, and when I do need it, I just lean forward and go ahead and grab it and take out however much I need, and go ahead and tie a loop in where it hits, where I want it, and hook my carabiner off to my trolley here, which I put on. This is Ace Hardware. Went down and got a couple of these little pulleys and some paracord and some of these anchor deals. I wish I had some round ones, but this is what they had. But it's cool because I can take a couple of things off there if I wanted to, and keep tying stuff off if I had more stuff on here. But this goes down and moves the anchor from the pivot point from the front of the kayak here. So if you're fishing on a stream where you have a current or you got a wind or whatever, you can pivot off the front, and the boat will hold your nose upward of the wind or the current, and then you can pull your lead, move your anchor back to the pivot point, and then your nose will flip around and nose down current, but you won't go anywhere, so you can fish all kinds of holes in a circle. Pretty neat. Well, then you go on here. The pole holder wasn't high enough for me. I like to reach out and grab it. It was too close to my knees and my legs, so I went to Ace Hardware and I got a couple things. This was highly modified here. It had threading on the bottom of it, but it had a thread down the center, so that's why I needed it. And it also had a large enough outside diameter here to where I could transfer these holes from this guy, which is the stock one that screws in there, onto it and still get screws through, and match the holes. So I did that, and then I screwed in a piece of PVC here and then a coupler that's threaded all the way through, and then press this down into the PVC in the vise, and gradually didn't smash it like a monkey or anything. This is not a crack here. That's something on the but so then you're still able to use it as a functioning deal there, and it's sturdy. And I keep my little goodies on a leash in here, and I usually tie them off to here if I'm out. Got my rubbers, just some extra rubbers and crawdads and shit in there. A little extra deal on the back here. Everyone does their little pole holder deals, so I figured, put a little wire holder or a fuel line holder is what we use them usually for, but it's just probably a 3/8 hole, dipped in some rubber. Get it at Ace Hardware, and one screw, and just tie knots on each end of your. Put a carabiner on the other side. Done deal. Backpack in the back. That's my upgrades, that's my mods so far. Hopefully you like that. That's my favorite deal there. Pretty cool. But yeah, right on. Later.